I'm an old man now, I can't do nothing. Young folks don't pay me no mind, but in my day I sure was something. Before I felt the heavy hand of time. I'm an old man now, bound for glory. Time to lay these burdens down. Had enough of this old world worry. Gonna trade my troubles for a crown. I will make my way across the fields of cotton and wade through muddy waters one last time. And in my dreams I come out clean when I reach the other side, west of where the sun sets, where rainbows never die. I've got one last thing to do, one more mile before I'm through, casting off these earthly chains, go where there's no more pain. I will make my way across the fields of cotton and wade through muddy waters one last time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 10 minutes.
I'm an old man now, can't do nothing. Young folks don't pay me no mind.
Once the getting was good, but now the getting's got gone. So I'm going downtown just to tie one on. I'm occasion sour. I'm going down by the hour. Night is blue as the night is long. So won't someone dance with me to a waltz without whiskey and turn sad songs to lullabies? Well, I don't need much or nothing except for all your loving and a waltz about whiskey on ice. One quarter should do. Number 832. A little truth from the jukebox should make it alright. And as I booze I'm getting high again to a waltz about whiskey on ice. So won't someone dance with me to a waltz about whiskey and turn the sad songs to lullabies? I don't need much of nothing except for all your loving and a waltz about whiskey.
Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 2 minutes. As we begin tonight's service, our memorial candle will be lit in remembrance of our honorees and remain lit throughout the evening ceremony. From Fredericksburg, Virginia, Kevin Dillard, founder of the National EMS Memorial Service. From Anderson, South Carolina, Jan Eichel, Executive Director of the Commission on Accreditation of Medical Transport Programs. And from Topeka, Kansas, Joseph House, Executive Director of the Kansas Board of EMS and immediate past president of the National Association of State EMS Officials. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National EMS Memorial Service. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the presentation of colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and our national anthem.
As we gather together tonight, we invoke God's presence into our space. I know there are many faiths and beliefs represented here tonight, so as I bring God here through my faith and invite all of us to make this a holy space in our own way. God, your presence helps sustain us to continue moving forward following times of sorrow and tragedy. And your presence has certainly been felt throughout this weekend. Felt among the hugs, the smiles, the tears, and the silence. As we come together to remember, it has given strength to those who love the names that are being recalled this year and to those that are here to provide shoulders of support. Tonight, as we add these names to the National EMS Memorial Tree of Life, we recall the word from Proverbs, "The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life." Each of the honorees tonight died in the righteous profession of EMS. A profession that we learned from day one in EMT school carries risks, yet those that choose to pursue it wanted to be there during people's dark times to provide assistance. By adding their names to this memorial, we ensure that even in death, their determination to be a help and a light to the EMS community will continue. God, we know from the psalmist that you are a guardian who neither slumbers nor sleeps. Therefore, you are here for us whenever we might need you. We ask that you shelter and protect those whose lives were forever changed in the loss of their family member, friend, or coworker. Allow those of us here to continue to carry the memories of these honorees out into the world through the recalling of their names and their telling of their stories, guarding us all from harm now and forever.
ladies and gentlemen, we respectfully ask that you render the appropriate hand salute as we pledge allegiance to the symbol of our nation and our freedom. For those not in uniform and who are not military veterans, the appropriate salute is to place your right hand over your heart. Following the pledge, please continue your salute during our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the National EMS Memorial Service, Scott Davis.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors, welcome to the 2025 National EMS Memorial Service. This evening, we will be bestowing the nation's highest honors on our fallen EMS professionals. We exist to honor our fallen and support the families and EMS colleagues left behind. We recognize that memorials are an important part of the healing process, and it is our sincere hope that this evening helps with that process. On behalf of the organizers, the volunteers, I would like to express our deepest condolences to the families and the colleagues of those we honor here this evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Director of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's Office of EMS, Mr. Gamanu Wijetunga.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2025 National EMS Memorial Service. What a beautiful and touching opening ceremony. My name is Gam Wijetunga. I'm Director of the Office of EMS at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. I want to welcome you on behalf of Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, as well as our federal partner agencies on the Federal Interagency Committee on EMS, who share the calling of EMS with all of you. Many of us are longtime EMS clinicians. It's our life's calling, and every day we seek to honor the lives and memory of the fallen and do all we can for our patients and fellow EMS professionals. On behalf of the Secretary and our interagency partners, I want to thank the family and friends of the fallen for traveling here this weekend and assure you that we will always remember their sacrifice, their service, and the countless lives they have touched in their communities. As we celebrate the lives of the 29 honorees this evening, I want to assure you that your federal partners pay close attention to the risks and dangers faced by EMS professionals across the country, and we seek to learn from and improve the working conditions of our fellow EMS professionals by embracing a people-centered culture of safety. We honor 29 fallen today, honorees who served their communities and brought comfort to countless people facing the most difficult moments of their lives. Whether from a crash or a heart attack, or sometimes just someone needing solace and comfort, I can't imagine a higher calling, a more noble profession. Truly, our honorees represent the best of our nation. For the families and friends of the fallen, no words I can say will ease the pain of your loss, but know your loved ones will always be remembered for the lives they lived and their service to their communities. Your nation remembers them and thanks you for honoring them. I want to close by quoting a message from the President of the United States. Our EMS providers are made up of ordinary Americans who demonstrate extraordinary courage, compassion, and devotion to duty. When seconds count and lives hang in the balance, we can always count on EMS providers to act swiftly and valiantly in rendering expert medical care. We recognize the sacrifice our EMS providers make each and every day in every corner of our country. Whether on an ambulance or an emergency room, aboard aircraft or seafaring vessels, Americans rest easy knowing the greatest and most field-tested medical providers anywhere in the world are standing by to respond in a moment's notice. We offer our unending gratitude to every noble professional whose strength, fortitude, and determination keeps America safe. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, National EMS Memorial Service Director and West Regional Vice President of Operations for Global Medical Response, Tom Liebman.
Five years ago, we started Moving Honors. Moving Honors began as a practical way to deliver that year's Tree of Life Memorial to this service. The goal was to stop at EMS agencies along the route and partner with them to hold a service, honoring that year's fallen EMS providers. That year, we started in Texas and moved across the country to Arlington, Virginia. This year and each year since that first year, we have started on the West Coast and moved across the nation, affording more agencies, family, friends, and colleagues the opportunity to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Everything we do is about honor and remembrance. Moving Honors is a way for us to bring honor to those we have lost and remember the sacrifice they made, the sacrifice their family, friends, and colleagues also made. This year on June 1st, the Moving Honors team behind me started from Riverside, California, and made their way across the country to this spot. Before I talk about the agencies who hosted stops along the way, I do need to call out some whose work made this possible. First, Global Medical Response gave us a team to travel across the country. Megan Haverkamp was the team lead this year and also on each year's journey. Jesse Baker and his therapy dog, Dex. Chase Lott and his therapy dog, Bailey. Chase is unable to be with us today. Michael Carrillo, Jessica Fleming, Esteban Garcia, Arlene McKinney, Andrew Rennie, and Madeline Velez. And finally, Chief Ted E. Bear, who has also traveled on each Moving Honors ride. Second, Global Medical Response gave us an ambulance and chase vehicle for the team to use. The ambulance was built by Ken Tom and his team at Next Fleet in Mineral Wells, Texas. And third, Jackie Evans served as the route coordinator, working with host agencies, the team, and Global Medical Response to ensure everything went smoothly and completely without a hitch. I'm certain that occurred. Okay. This was not a Global Medical Response journey. Though they provided the support which was necessary to make the trip, it is important to know that many of the agencies who hosted stops along the route provided rooms and meals for our team, as well as a place to house the Moving Honors ambulance. During their trip, the Moving Honors team collected notes of honor, which are on display near the Tree of Life. These notes are messages collected along the route for the family, friends, and colleagues of our honorees. It is not possible to capture and share every moment, every speaker, every person who showed up to honor our fallen. If you have an opportunity to talk to any member of this Moving Honors team, they will be able to share much more than we can show in the short video tribute we are about to play. Each stop was not the same. Each host agency held their own unique ceremony to honor and remember those we have lost while serving others. For the family, friends, and colleagues of this year's EMS Memorial inductees, this Moving Honors video is for you.
I know you're tired, I see it in your eyes. All that anxiety that rules your mind.
I'll be your shield when you don't feel like you got strength enough to fight. I'll stand by your side. I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise.
A national procession honoring 29 emergency medical service professionals who died in the line of duty made a stop right here in Albuquerque today.
It's important to remember who those people were, the contribution that they made to their community, and most importantly, so that their families always have a way to honor and remember their loved ones who paid that price.
The procession left from California on Sunday and honors people who gave their all to help others.
You don't have to hide the parts of you that ache. I choose you as you are 1,000,000 times, 'cause I am not.
The journey for the Tree of Life ambulance started June 1st in Riverside, California, and on June 6th, they arrived here in Cheyenne to continue the Moving Honors procession.
We're making sure that those people are not forgotten, and we don't care what uniform they wear, what company they're with. It's all about remembering and bringing us all together.
As first responders in general, something like this is very special as we risk our lives every day.
And this, quote, solemn tribute across the country will officially conclude on July 19th in Arlington, Virginia.
They'll be traveling 6,500 miles in a specially decorated ambulance, stopping at 29 locations to honor the lives of 29 EMS responders who died in the line of duty. Today, they were ushered in by first responders in Billings, followed by multiple speakers detailing why we shouldn't forget the names of those who gave their lives for us and why there should be a place in our nation's capital dedicated just to them.
I'll stand by your side. I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry.
I'm here at Cody Park in North Platte, where the Tree of Life Memorial Tour has made a stop, its only stop in Nebraska, as they make their way down to Arlington, Virginia.
Being part of fire department, police, EMS, all that, you're in a family, so that you just feel like your loved one's so memorialized.
EMS staff, like all other first responders, put themselves in danger to rescue and protect the rest of us. There is no greater service to our fellow men and women than to risk your life to save theirs.
Tuesday afternoon, loved ones and first responders filled the lawn outside of Exploration Place in downtown Wichita for a procession to honor those who lost their lives on the job. Remembering 29 EMS workers who gave all while serving others in their time of need. It's part of the Moving Honors procession that goes all across the country, starting in California and ending in Virginia, all to help keep their memories alive.
You hear those families say that their loved ones are always going to be forgotten. So that's one of our goals along the route, is not only to spread the word about the memorial service, but also to reassure those families that their heroes will never be forgotten.
The people we talk to say it's important to recognize the bravery EMS workers show every day and remember those who gave it their all.
It's amazing that we have a system where you can make a call and generally within minutes have somebody right there by your side helping you out.
It included emergency vehicles from several different agencies in Sedgwick County.
Through your darkest night, when you're terrified, I will carry you.
The National EMS Memorial Service is in the middle of a 6,500-mile journey across the United States honoring EMS professionals who died in the line of duty.
The procession made a stop in Groesbeck yesterday. News 10's Nate Smith is live in the studio with a closer look at the memorial. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Keisha and Alyssa. So this annual procession started its journey on June 1st in Southern California, and it's making 29 stops in 19 different states to honor those lost first responders. The crew brings with them what they call the Tree of Life, a traveling memorial filled with leaves where the names of those being remembered are inscribed.
I get choked up just thinking about it, that, you know, it means that people care. You know, you take care of somebody in their worst day and you don't ever see them again or get any feedback or follow up. This tells everybody that's out there today answering the call right now, there are people on duty, that people care about what they do, and that's important.
I know you're tired, I see it in your eyes. All that anxiety that rules your mind.
I'll be your shield when you don't feel like you got strength enough to fight. I'll stand by your side. I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry. I'll carry you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You don't have to hide the parts of you that ache. I choose you as you are 1,000,000 times, 'cause I am not ashamed of you.
I won't walk away from you.
On Saturday, the ceremony stopped outside the St. Charles County Ambulance District headquarters. The event included a motorcade escort, a tribute to the fallen, and remarks from both local and national EMS leaders.
We will soon see the day that there is a permanent national monument to commemorate the service and sacrifice of the hundreds of paramedics, EMTs, and other EMS professionals who have given their lives in service to others.
I know you're tired, I see it in your eyes. All that anxiety that rules your mind.
I'll be your shield when you don't feel like you got strength enough to fight. I'll stand by your side. I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry. I will carry you. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You don't have to hide the parts of you that ache. I choose you as you are 1,000,000 times, 'cause I am not ashamed of you.
I won't walk away from you.
I will carry you through your darkest night when you're terrified. I will carry you when the waters rise, when your hope runs dry. I will carry you
Up and over the mountains,
valley deep as the ocean.
when you can't keep going,
I will shoulder your burdens.
up and over the mountains,
Valley deep as the ocean.
when you can't keep going,
I will shoulder your burdens.
I will carry you.
your darkest night, when you're terrified, I will carry you. When the waters rise, when your hope runs dry, I will carry you. I will carry.
As this moving honors procession bears their names and their stories across our nation, may each mile traveled be a journey of gratitude, healing, and sacred memory.
When your hope runs dry, I will carry you. I will carry you through your darkest night, when you're terrified. I will carry you. When the waters rise, when your hope runs dry, I will carry you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Board President of the National Association of Emergency Medical Technicians and Fire Chief of the Kootenai County Fire and Rescue in Hayden, Idaho, Christopher Way.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight and to honor our fellow responders as they paid the ultimate sacrifice so that others may live. I want to start off as my role as the president of the NAEMT and move into my role as the fire chief of Kootenai County because it takes on special meaning in the last few weeks. I do want to commit that you have federal resources, federal involvement in making this a permanent movement and a memorial. This should not be, although I hope GMR and their partners continue the tradition of the moving honors throughout the country, we should not gather in the ballroom of a hotel. We should gather at a permanent memorial made and dedicated to these heroes that have given their lives. And you have my commitment and the commitment of the other presidents in the nation right now of the associations to make that happen. We have good congressional support, and we will continue to make that a priority. This is my fourth time attending this event, and when Jana asked me 6 months ago or so to deliver the keynote address this evening, I was so honored to say yes, obviously, and to say a little bit about how important this is. I realize that as life goes on, it's very difficult sometimes for families to recognize that they are still at the forefront of our minds because the next alarm goes off, the call gets answered, funerals happen, we move on, people have to go back to work, and again, 911 is going to continue to ring. I want you to know to the families that we don't forget, that we are committed to you. There are dark days, but there are brighter days, which brings me, recently I read a poem as I was getting ready for this, and I just thought this was a pretty important piece to add in tonight. Life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living heartbreaking, soul-healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. The reason I say that is, again, 6 months ago, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to say to you tonight. 3 weeks ago today, I knew what I wanted to say to you tonight. 3 weeks ago tomorrow, my world changed forever. I am the fire chief that lost 2 firefighters and had another shot in the line of duty in Kootenai County, Idaho. It certainly changed the tone of what I wanted to say to you tonight. And the last 3 weeks has changed the tone and my attitude about how we memorialize our heroes and how we honor them moving forward and forever. I'm going to address 3 groups of people tonight. Obviously, the families of the fallen and the 29 that we're honoring tonight. I'm going to talk to their co-workers on a different level, and then I'm going to challenge my peers as leaders in the EMS community of what we have got to do in the future. To the families, I understand there is no greater loss and there is no greater gift than to lay down your life for others. I hope that we, as an EMS industry and as first responders, continue to honor your 29 lost loved ones, and that we make a point never to forget them. I hope that you at some point, and maybe you already have, find peace in everything you do and know that the loss of life is never easy, but your loved one died with a purpose, and we will not forget that. You also need to understand that we have your back. Although you may not go to work anymore, or they may not go to work anymore, you may not think about what they did every day anymore, we do. And we can never, ever forget what they did. And that means being a resource for you. And that means if you have no other resources, you come find me, I'll give you my cell phone number, and I will be your resource. But I can guarantee you there are 100 other people in the room like me tonight that will absolutely be a resource for you and your family. Because you deserve it, your lost loved one deserves it, and we owe it to you. And the last thing I want to say to the families of the lost is that we will continue to honor. Hopefully, again, it is very soon at a permanent memorial dedicated to their lives and to their craft and to the dedication they had in serving others. Now I'd like to speak for a moment to their peers, to all of you who are on the line, working every day, answering the 911 calls, serving your citizens. I never want you to forget, and I want you to continue to do things in remembrance of them. And that doesn't mean that every day and every hour can be focused on them, but it means we should never lose sight of them or the sacrifice that they made. I want you to be mindful of the past. Do not forget, but look to the future. The demand on our industry is growing. Every year we see us needing to do more. We saw that highlighted in COVID, where when they couldn't call anybody else because they didn't know what to do, guess what? They called us, and we answered the call, and we never said no. And guess what? People have gotten used to that. So as we continue to learn from the past, we must look to the future, and our future is bright. My last message to you as peers is support each other always. There are going to be days when it's your day to cry, when it's your day to be sad, when it's your day to not feel like you want to go to work. And there are going to be days when you're the one that needs to support that person that I just spoke of. I hope that all of you have that spirit in you to be able to do those things. And to my fellow EMS leaders, I challenge you to make it better and make it safer. We live and work in a dangerous time. I can tell you, my words after our incident to the press a couple of weeks ago were, this was an ordinary call until it wasn't. I continually got asked, what could you have done differently? I don't know that there's anything we could have done differently. We're trained for everything. We're good at what we do. But somebody, some sick individual, had in his mind that it was going to be different for our guys. And that sucks. But we, as leaders, have to make it better, and we have to make it safer. I will also tell you, leaders, you must support your people. If you do not support your people, they will not be able to go out and do their jobs with the peace of mind they need to be able to go do their jobs. And lastly, never forget why we do this or where we came from. 33 years ago, I started as a junior in high school and thought this is the coolest thing ever, and I was a volunteer, and all of a sudden they started paying me $5 an hour to do it, and I thought I'd hit the jackpot. And I still get paid $5 an hour to do it, but man, I'm having the time of my life. I'm 50 years old and they pay me to play with fire trucks and ambulances every day. It's the most amazing thing ever. But every day I remember that we're there for the people, we're there for the citizens, and service first has got to be our motto. The last thing, and this is to all three groups and everybody here tonight, I'm going to tell you, you better get resources. You better know who your resources are. You better know professionals. You better know friends. You better know peers. You better know doctors. You better know whatever your mechanism of getting help is, know who those people are, because you're going to need resources. And to the families, those resources should continue to be made available to each of you. I will also tell you to form relationships. Unfortunately for me, I tested all of my relationships within the last 3 weeks. In that time, I had people reach out to me that I hadn't heard from for 20 years. I had people in this room who reached out to me. I had people across the country reach out to me. I talked to the President of the United States. I talked to the Secretary of the Interior. I talked to the governor multiple times. And that's where I want to talk about the last thing, and that's love. I have heard the word I love you more in the last 3 weeks than I probably ever have in my life. And I believe every one of those people means it. The governor, when he called me, and the governor, I have had the good fortune to work on projects together before. When the governor called me late the night that it happened, he said, Chris, what I need you to know, or actually he said, Chief, this is Brad, which threw me off because I didn't know what to do when he said that. I said, oh, Governor, I'm so sorry. He said, first of all, I just want to tell you I love you. And I thought, okay. And over the course of the next 2 weeks until we had the funerals last Friday, I heard from people, including people in this room again, tell me I love them or tell me they love me. And I really do feel like they meant it. So at the end of tonight, my challenge to each of you is tell 5 people you don't know you love them. And I'm going to start that off by telling all 700 or 800 of you in the room, I love you. And I mean it. Guys, we have a unique opportunity in front of us. We have an amazing profession. We have amazing people that do it. We have amazing people that love us. And my encouragement to you is love back and love each other. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Presenting during tonight's ceremony, from Reno, Nevada, Lieutenant Jim Davis, SWAT Sniper Team Leader and Honor Guard Commander of the Washoe County Sheriff's Office. From Dalhart, Texas, Antonio Ottaviani, Vice President and Honor Guard Commander of the For Paul Foundation, Critical Care Paramedic, and host of Echoes of Valor podcast. From Wichita, Kansas, Andy Shepis, paramedic with Sedgwick County EMS and major with Sedgwick County EMS Honor Guard. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Wesley Semple Jr., paramedic with Ross Westview Emergency Medical Service Authority and manager of pre-hospital operations, Allegheny Health Network. From Jackson, Mississippi, Haley Sledge, Assistant Operations Supervisor, American Medical Response, and Lieutenant Commander of the Mississippi AMR Honor Guard. And from Forest Lake, Minnesota, Sean Storman, Emergency Management Director, Brown County, Minnesota, and Commander, Minnesota EMS Honor Guard. Beginning the roll call of honorees. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Jim Hauser, Board President, Association of Air Medical Services, and President, Center for Emergency Medicine of Western Pennsylvania.
Bethany Aiken, Flight Nurse, Aerovac Life Team, Williamstown, Kentucky. Last call, October 7th, 2024. Accepting Chris Barber, Program Director, Aerovac Life Team. Butch Allman, EMS Pilot, Aerovac Life Team, Williamstown, Kentucky. Last call, October 7th, 2024. Accepting Jan Clarquist, partner. David M. Austin, Emergency Medical Technician Supervisor, Egg Harbor Township EMS, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Last call, October 1st, 2024. Accepting Cindy Williams, sister, Alice Richards, sister, Paul Austin, brother. Gregory Bauer, firefighter, emergency medical technician, Columbus Division of Fire, Columbus, Ohio. Last call, October 18th, 2021. Accepting National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard. Randolph Randy Breton, Clinical Education Manager, AMR Physicians Transport Service, Herndon, Virginia. Last call, September 4th, 2020. Accepting Trudy Breton, wife.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Wayne Jarecki, President-elect, American Ambulance Association, and President and Chief Executive Officer, Bell Ambulance, Incorporated.
Michael Clark, paramedic, St. Charles County Ambulance District, St. Peters, Missouri. Last call, October 14, 2024. Accepting Mikhail Clark, brother, Mike Clark, father, Karen Clark, mother. Ian Cooperstein, Emergency Medical Technician, Basic Life Support Supervisor, Deputy Director of Operations, Sullivan Paramedicine Incorporated, Hurleyville, New York. Last call, September 22nd, 2021. Julie Cooperstein, mother, Leela Katzman, aunt. Anthony Corzino, Lieutenant, Paramedic. Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, September 7, 2024. Accepting. Lori Cozzino, wife. Isabel Cozzino, daughter. Anthony Cozzino, son. Nicholas Cozzino, son. Robert Bobby DeLeon, Jr., Captain, Paramedic. Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, April 16th, 2024. Accepting. Eva DeLeon, wife. Lisa Santiago, sister-in-law. Doris Aragundi, sister-in-law. Santiago Aragundi, nephew. Frank Aragundi, brother-in-law. Gabriel Aragundi, nephew. Stephen Fitzgerald, flight paramedic, Air Evac Life Team, Weatherford, Oklahoma. Last call, January 20th, 2024. Accepting. Elily, Fitzgerald, wife. Dustin Huddleston, son. Tyler Fitzgerald, son. Damian Fitzgerald, son. Trey Fitzgerald, grandson. J.R. Lawler, nephew.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. From Louisville, Texas, Nick Lopercaro, Chief Executive Officer, Global Medical Response.
Mark Gibson, paramedic, Emerson Ambulance Service, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Last call, August 9th, 2024. Accepting the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard. Todd E. Giles, Captain, Paramedic, Morristown Hamlin EMS, Morristown, Tennessee. Last call, April 5th, 2024. Accepting Daniel Giles, wife, Alex Giles, daughter. Russell Haslam, EMS pilot, Aerovac Life Team, Weatherford, Oklahoma. Last call, January 20th, 2024. Accepting Greg White, Honor Guard, Global Medical Response, Texas. Richard M. Hempel, Lieutenant Paramedic, Groesbeck Volunteer Fire Rescue, Groesbeck, Texas. Last call, May 9th, 2023. Accepting Kimberly Hempel, wife, Michael Hempel, son, Caitlin Hempel, daughter-in-law. David Jarvis III, firefighter, paramedic, Columbus Division of Fire, Columbus, Ohio. Last call, December 9th, 2021. Accepting the National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. From Elmhurst, Illinois, Sherry Lee Pepping, immediate past president, Association of Critical Care Transport, and executive director, Critical Care Services, Superior Air Ground Ambulance.
Jeannie A. Lackley, flight nurse, Trinity Mother Francis Hospital, Flight for Life, Tyler, Texas. Last call, February 13th, 1989. Accepting on behalf of the Lackey family, Lisa Ozizer, Bridget Evans Johnson, Colleen Gallagher. Castian McCorder, Emergency Medical Technician, Somerset Pulaski County EMS, Somerset, Kentucky. Last call, April 1, 2024. Accepting Dennis McCorder, father, Stacy McCorder, mother, Braden McCorder, brother, Maisie McCorder, daughter. Gerald Morgan, Sr., EMS pilot, Trinity Mother Francis Hospital, Flight for Life, Tyler, Texas. Last call, February 13th, 1989. Accepting Kathy Morgan, wife, Colleen Gallagher, daughter, Bridget Evans Johnson, daughter. Catherine Lee Anheuser, flight nurse, Trinity Mother Francis Hospital, Flight for Life, Tyler, Texas. Last call, February 13th, 1989. Accepting Clarence Anheuser, husband, Lisa Anheuser Wells, daughter. Lawrence Rand, police officer, emergency medical technician, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Last call, April 8th, 2021. Accepting Elizabeth Rand, wife, and Stephen Post, friend, a paramedic with the Fire Department, City of New York.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. From Littleton, Colorado, Dr. Stephanie Queen, Chief Nursing Officer and Senior Vice President of Clinical Services, Air Methods Corporation, and member of the Board of Directors, Association of Air Medical Services.
Mark Steffens, Division Chief, Paramedic, Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, November 11, 2024. Accepting Harry Stevens, brother, John Steffens, brother. Jeremy Sutton, Captain, Paramedic, Jefferson County EMS, New Market, Tennessee. Last call, August 31st, 2024. Accepting David Franklin, TARS Honor Guard, Angela Franklin, TARS Honor Guard. Christopher Swerkowski, Emergency Medical Technician, Fire Department, City of New York, Brooklyn, New York. Last call, May 11, 2024. Accepting, Stephen Post, Paramedic, Fire Department, City of New York. Adam Teben, Flight Nurse, Air Evac Life Team, Weatherford, Oklahoma. Last call, January 20, 2024. Accepting, Becca Teben, wife. Carmen Teben, mom. Dallas Teben, dad. James Thomas, paramedic, Flight for Life, Ground Ambulance, Tyler, Texas. Last call, May 31st, 1988. Accepting, National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard.
Continuing the roll call of honorees. From Missoula, Montana, Casey Thompson, Director at Large of Air and Surface Transport Nurses Association and Clinical Excellence Manager of Life Flight Network.
Stephen J. Walsh, Emergency Medical Technician, Community Rescue Squad, Copake, New York. Last call, November 16th, 2024. Accepting, Joanne Doty, friend, coworker. Greg Kipp, paramedic partner. Peter Doty, friend, supervisor. James Welsh, flight paramedic. Air Evac Life Team. Williamstown, Kentucky. Last call, October 7th, 2024. Accepting Haley Welsh, wife. Deanne Welsh, mother. Kyle Welsh, father. Lisa Berkeley, mother-in-law. Artie Welsh, son. Randy Williams, emergency medical technician. Leon County EMS, Tallahassee, Florida. Last call, August 11th, 2021. Accepting Erica Williams, wife. Jeremiah Williams, son. Stephen A. Zuckerman, paramedic. Eagle County Paramedic Services, Edwards, Colorado. Last call, February 23rd, 2024. Accepting National EMS Memorial Service Honor Guard.
Attention all units operating on this frequency. In conjunction with the National EMS Memorial Service now occurring, this agency will observe a moment of radio silence in honor of those members of our nation's emergency medical services who have made the ultimate sacrifice and given their lives in the line of duty. Please stand by unless you have an emergency. This concludes our moment of silence. Thank you. Please resume normal radio traffic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the retirement of the colors. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Director and immediate past President of the National EMS Memorial Service, Jana Williams.
As we near the end of tonight's service, we again offer our most heartfelt condolences and our deepest respect to the families of our honorees and their EMS colleagues. It is our sincere desire that our tributes are helpful and healing. For the past several years, we have shared this simple reflection by Richard Attenborough. There is a light in this world, a healing spirit more powerful than any darkness we may encounter. We sometimes lose sight of this force when there is suffering and too much pain. Then suddenly, the spirit will emerge through the lives of ordinary people who hear a call and answer in extraordinary ways. We continue to assert that it is imperative we recognize the commitment, service, and sacrifice of those in EMS. EMS has increasingly become America's healthcare safety net. In our most vulnerable times, EMS responds. When someone says, "I'm having chest pain," when someone else is drowning, when shots ring out, when the Twin Towers fell, when the pandemic hit, or when someone whispered, "Help, I can't get up," or when someone screamed, "Please hurry, my child is not breathing." EMS providers across the globe hear those calls every day and answer in extraordinary ways. There is no question, then, that the 29 souls we honor here this weekend gave even beyond that. Clearly, they deserve the highest honors in EMS this country can bestow. And certainly, we must not waver in our commitment to always remember them. We recognize that memorials are an important part of healing. We also recognize that not all can attend tonight's service in person. Many have joined us across the land on socials and live streaming. Some will watch tonight's service on YouTube at a later time when they are ready. Still others were able to pay tribute during the moving honors procession that made its way across the country. There are literally thousands of people who make all of this possible. Our many donors and volunteers give time, talent, and treasure, all to honor and to demonstrate that we will always remember. Many of them have returned here after we have honored their loved ones in previous years. I'd like to thank all of them again for the extraordinary ways that they make these tributes possible. The candle here on this stage was lit in honor of the 29 extraordinary souls we honor here tonight. It also shines for all previous honorees, symbolizing the light each of them brought to others during their darkest times. St. Francis of Assisi once said, "All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of a single candle." And so it is in this spirit that we have created one more tradition, and I would ask you to retrieve your candles. I invite our Honor Guard members and returning survivors to come forward and in one final tribute, help brighten the sky in honor of our fallen.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning and some dark and cold. And there is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle and makes his home. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. And see now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle and run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Whose hearts are blazing, so let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and poor, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. To the darkness, seek out the confused and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle. And go light your world.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the National EMS Memorial Service. This concludes our ceremony. We invite you now to join us in the atrium for a reception. We also ask that you deposit your candle in the receptacle as you exit the ballroom. And we remind family escorts to exit right and go to the Washington room to the right as you exit to pick up an important item for your honoree's family.